Alright, hello everyone. This is Mr. Perry. Today what we're going to do is we're going to revisit slope. I know that we did an ed puzzle a few weeks ago about slope, but I want to go back and redo it. So this is going to be our slope. This is going to be page 27 in our notes. So let's talk about some vocab. So the only vocab word today we're going to talk about is the actual slope. So what I want you guys to do is think of it as rise over run. I know you've heard that before. So we're going to think of it as how steep a line is. Again, just getting used to this new thing right here. So if we're thinking about how steep a line is, I want you to think about two different things. I want you to think about a hill that you would have to run and money that you would get. So I'm just going to draw two pictures right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a different color. Let's make this green. I'm going to make this one right here. And then I'm going to make this one right here. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about which graph would you rather go with which case? The run or the money? Now, I don't know about you guys, but I would think I would want this one as my running hill because it's not as steep. I'm not using as much energy. And I like to use this graph as my money. You guys think this way, I'm getting much more money here in a quick time than I would be if I was going to the first graph. So with that context, you can think of which one has a steeper slope, which one has a higher slope. All right. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to give you guys a couple of examples. So these are some equations, and what we're going to do is we're going to figure out the slope for each one, and we're going to make a graph. Now, here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys, don't even worry about this one right here, all right? What I want you guys to do is, with each equation, I want you guys to write down the slope. But I'm not going to have you worry about graphing it. It's not on your, not in your notes. But I do want you to jot down some notes based off it. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So example A, we have y equals 2/3 x. So usually we talk about slope, we usually use the letter m. I don't know why, to be honest. So in an actual equation just like this, we're always going to use mx. So our m here would actually be 2/3. So we're going to use that for our slope. So we're going to use 2/3 as our slope. Now, if we were to actually graph this right here, we're going to have, starting from 2, remember, rise over run, we're going to go up or down over, you would think either left or right. I always like going to the right. So what we're going to do here is starting from 2, we are going to go up 2 because we have a positive, and remember, we're always going to the right. So we're going to go right 3. Starting from a point right here, again, you guys do not need to do this part. I just want you to see how it's done. I'm going to go up 2 and then over 1, 2, 3. From this point, up 2, over 1, 2, 3. One more time. Up 2, over 1, 2, 3. I always like to have as many lines as I can. Now, if we were actually in class, you guys would be using your rulers to be able to make your straight line. Alright? And that's how you graph those lines. Again, I'm not worried about you graphing it right now. I just want you to be able to see the equation, determine the slope, and come up with a plan of attack. So let's use a different color here for our next equation. Y equals 5 over 2x. Same idea. Our slope here is 5 over 2. So in this case, same thing. If I see 5, I see a positive, so I'm going to go up 5. And then 2, we are going to go to the right. Now, I bet you guys are wondering, will we ever go left? So, I always push never to go left unless you have to. And I'm going to talk about that another day, not today. So again, if I were to start from our origin, which is right here, actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to erase this line right here because we don't need this line anymore. See if I can do this in one fell swoop. Almost. So starting from our origin, we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then right 1, 2. We're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right 2. Again, you guys do not need to do this on your paper. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. Wow, that was bad. That was a complete swing and a miss right here. See if I try this one more time. Not 100%, but better. That's when we make our line. One thing I did forget though, and I'm not really going to stress this more once you actually start graphing. Off the side, you always want to write down the equation that you graphed. But again, I'm going to worry about that more as when we actually start graphing, period. Alright. Okay, so I could do one fell swoop. Turns out I didn't. Goodness is I'm not going to worry about graphing the rest of the day. So let's do a different pen here. Let's do red. So let's say in this case, I'm going to actually rewrite this equation. Let's say instead of y equals 3x, let's do y equals negative 3x. So the only thing I just did here was I just changed the positive to a negative. So let's see. I'm going to take that negative 3, bring it over. So we have negative 3. How the heck am I going to be able to come up with a plan for this? So since I only have one number, here I had 2, and the other one I had 2. The way that we do it is we're actually going to rewrite it as negative 3 over 1. If you ever see those negative 3x, 4x, 8x, 14x, always put it over 1. Because that number is always over 1, and it's going to help us be able to visualize this better. So negative 3. In this case, because I have a negative, I'm not going to go up, I'm going to go down. And then 1 always to the right. I don't care if the number is negative, we're going to use that for going down. Don't worry about graphing this one. And then last but not least, let's say we have 3 over 5. Again, we're going to use this for our slope. We know that we're going to have 3 over 5. Positive number in this case means I'm going up 3. 5 to the right. And if you guys have any questions, please ask Mr. Perry. He is here to help. Have a great day.